Hello and welcome once again to the Great Pernix feed. Apologies in advance for the rain. It's a monsoon storm outside right now and there's not much I can do about it. Now, let's get started on today's topic, the Helm of Warping and Abyssal Demons. The Helm of Warping is a post-item obtained from the Mask of the Abyss, obtained from Treasure Hunter. If you don't know how to get that, you can either buy Treasure Hunter tokens, you go to your extras section, and you can play it 2 spins per day as a member. That being said, this item is available only to members. Now, moving on. Oh, I'm being bothered by someone. Anyways, moving on. The Helmet of Warping has a 2 times chance for the Abyssal Demon Head, which is used in Abyssal minions from Soul Wars with a certain amount of zeal, or you can mount it at your house. Also, for experienced questers like myself, it can be used to tune Bane Ore to Abyssal Demons if you wish to range them. Any of these work, but just note that if you do make it into a minion, it cannot be used to tune Bane Ore, despite the fact it's an Abyssal monster. It also comes with an emote that I will display now. You right-click and hit transform, and the next thing you know, you're using the old character animation for the Abyssal Demon. Not sure when they're going to update that, personally. Now, when it's in its mask state, which you can transform it back to at any time, this is the Mask of the Abyss. Not quite as menacing, but still somewhat creepy. This mask, when it's in your mask state, that means you can't change it between the helmet or mask. Once it's still charged, you can get double drops, so instead of getting 1 rune chain body or 1 dragonstone or 1 whip every now and again, you'll get 2. It also gives slight EXP boost or gain if you're not on task for killing Abyssal Demons, up to 900. Once you hit 900, your mask will automatically change into the Helmet of the Warping, and from there, it is little better than an extra head chance. Also, both the mask and the helmet have a shared benefit of teleporting twice per day to any of the Abyssal Demon spots, whether it be the Slayer Tower or Curdle's Dungeon. And it also allows you once per day to have a Slayer Master assign this monster to you. This is not shared with any of the other ones. However, please note that if you have a Worm Mask, that you will share the cooldown of 1 mask with the other 2. I'm sorry. Oh, that was a big one. Now, let's get moving to Abyssal Demons. Apologies. Abyssal Demons are located in these multiple places. This is where I recommend to train it. You can get Slayer contracts to boost your experience, and it pays in the end, either experience or cash. So let's teleport right to the demons, since I already have a contract on me. Also, you'll note I'm bringing my Guthix chick with me. I'm trying to get it into a raptor, and I'm pretty close, so about an hour or 2 out with me should do the trick. Now, while we're waiting for me to arrive and load in... Oops. Apologies, my computer is not happy with me. Now, there are 2 places you can go. Oops, someone has a totem of wisdom up here that's useful. Killing these are pretty easy. They're weak to slash weapons. If you don't have a slash weapon, no worries. Any melee weapon will do. You can even mage or range if you're ambitious. But I recommend melee. Vine Whip works best. I just didn't bring one with me due to the fact I'm not going to be spending an extended trip here like I usually do. I just brought my Godsword because it matches my Helmet of Warping outfit. These demons are level 98. They don't have too much health. Relative to their level, they have a decent amount. Now, this is 1 drop. And this is not the average. You'll usually get, like, gems or stuff, which is why I recommend you bring magic notepaper, because every drop the Abyssal Demons drop, there you go, is worth more than the notepaper. You can either keep the ashes, I don't, I scattered them for prayer experience, or if you leave them around every now and again, looters will come to take what isn't being claimed by slayers and PVMers that are looking to make some cash. Now, seeing as I don't need to pay attention to this, since they can only really teleport you around the room and annoy you, and have a somewhat accurate melee attack. By the way, this is probably the gist of your drops for an essence, but it stacks up over time. This is their drop table. Now, this is the most common thing you're going to get weapon-wise. I must say that like 90% of your weapon drops, if not 99, is going to be the Adamant Battle Axe. Doesn't matter, bring some alchemy runes if you really want to, just alch it. Or, you'll get rune armor. You can get runes, which is a good thing because they stack. And then all their drops, with the exception of gems, as it says here, are noted. They also have some other drops like court summons and effigies and crystal Triskelion fragments. They also drop their heads and spirit gems. They can drop some food, money, clue scrolls. I didn't know they dropped clue scrolls actually, and effigies. What you get is just purely luck. Now back in the game, some essential tips. Melee. I know I said you can use whatever you want, but melee just gets the job done here. Second, bring whatever melee weapon you're most comfortable with. If it's that lucky bronze dagger you've had since you were level 8, by all means bring the lucky bronze dagger. I can't vouch how effective it'll be, but you can bring it. I would also recommend that you wear melee armor for this, or mage armor, whatever you can afford. Don't come here in Dragon, I'd say, because I come here all the time in Dragon like an idiot, just purely out of a disdain for wasting my degrading armor on something as trivial as this. There, I'm getting economic warts for this. They also have access to the rare drop table, so that's not normally one of their drops. They can drop like 300 something U-logs at once, or various seeds. They actually do drop both halves of the crystal key fairly often. I at least make one crystal key per trip, it seems. Now, my trips last several hours and take a very long time to end, so if you can't last that long, that's fair. Most people don't spend that much time here. They'll stay here for like an hour and then they'll leave because they either get bored or they complete their task. But yeah, I sometimes end up being here for 3 hours before I finally decide time to go cash in, or being forced to because I ran out of food. Another tip, healing familiars like the Bunyip are very helpful. They don't attack, so there's no risk of them being killed. If you have Dread Nips, you can supplement them by having a medic and having something extra to deal with them. I recommend it for doing this when you're actually getting the helmet. After you get the helmet, well, the pressure really isn't on to get another helmet, unless you use the Spirit of Battle, which then I can highly recommend Dread Nips because they can poison your target. You can get them to about quarter to half health, and then let the Dread Nip do its work. Either the poison gets it or the nip gets it. That's the way I like to put it. Now, these are also an excellent source of charms if you're a summoner who's looking to level up. These are excellent source. Not quite as good as, say, Frost Dragons or Mithril Dragons, especially Mithril Dragons, but they're still a very good source of charms. Now, my recommendation to do is to get a task from someone in the ancient prison, whatever, get yourself a task, and then bring it to the tower. This is particularly helpful because you can then get a Slayer contract like I have here. These give extra experience or money upon completing the task. Also, they make it so you don't have to bring a ring of slaying or bring a Slayer gem, whatever it is. It prevents you from having to bring that. And if you have the helmet and are not using your Slayer helm, that's an inventory space that you'll eventually gain back. Also, they're worthless if you lose them on death, so it's not like you have to go buy another gold bar and then watch it as it disintegrates. Now, I'll say this, a bulk of the drops I seem to get here are gems and pure essence. I have no idea why, that's just what I seem to get the most. And when you have double drop potential, oh yes, fire orbs, I almost forgot about these. I get those a lot too. Now, another tip of advice is collect everything but the Adamant Battle Axe axes if you can't alchemize them. If you can use alchemy, high or low, then by all means pick up the battle axes. It just is a little extra coin and magic experience in your pocket. Otherwise, you'll probably notice that the drop area is getting cluttered pretty fast. There are looters that like to come in here, which if you're low level, hint hint, come run in here and loot some Abyssal Demon drops. But other than that, there's not really a lot that gets left behind. I think the ashes and adamant gear are just about it. Kill this guy very quickly. Their weakness, just as a forenote, is slashing melee weapons. All melee is effective, but slashing just has that definite edge. So if you have a whip, which ironically is the weapon they drop, it's very helpful against them. Now, one final thing before I go is we're going to go back to their page. If you're thinking that, hey, I can get an Abyssal Demon Head off of this, yes you can, but they're very rare, so it's pretty random what you get. Also, this is the charm rate drop, in case you were curious, so you don't spam the comment section. Two other things is you really can't get the Abyssal Wand and Orb off task. It has to be something you're on a assigned Slayer task for. Double drop potential does work on that too. You can get 2 Abyssal Wands at once if you are so lucky and still have it. If you have a helmet and want to reset it to the mask, now hearing upon all these benefits, then you need to get a Spirit of Battle from Treasure Hunter. And it could be random. You could not get one for a month. You could get one right off the bat. Just note that it takes away all of the pre-gained benefits except for your kill count. So whatever you've gotten with the helmet, you can't get anymore. You don't have double head potential. You don't have all that good stuff. However, you have the double drop potential. You have the extra experience even when not on Slayer task, and so on and so forth. Thank you for watching my video. If you like this, please follow me on Twitter at GreatPernixThief. And please like and share this with your friends if you enjoyed it. I'm the Great Pernix Thief, and I'm signing off.